we're moving on to Sunday, guys. We're going to start early Sunday morning. Seahawks versus Buccaneers in Munich, Germany.
Let's
Tampa
go.
Bay is -2.5. Over under is 44.5. Teats, what do you have on this game?
I'm just gonna I'm going with it. I'm going with Seahawks plus 2.5. I
Okay.
don't think the Buccaneers are good this year. Like
Right.
Gino is seeming like he's completely stepped into Russell Wilson's spot and has been a better leader than even before. And Tom Brady, although he seems like he's trying his best, dude, the Bucs around him, they're not doing it for him. Like they had to have a last second drive against a Rams team who is also playing about as bad as they can to win the game. So I'm going to go Seattle side on this one. I am looking at some player props. There's not a whole lot out right now. For now, I'm kind of looking at potentially. I'm staying away from Mike Evans. Every week we talk about the Bucs. I go Evans anytime touchdown, staying away from it. So that means you should probably hammer that because I don't bet it. It's probably going to hit. I'm looking at Kenneth Walker III for anytime scorer.
Okay, I like it. This game, strictly going off from what I saw last week with Tampa, and what I saw last week was Tom Brady's back, and he's in his prime because that final drive was electric by him to beat the Rams. I don't like Tampa Bay, but I'm just going off the eyeball test in this game. Prime Brady's back. I'm going to take Tampa -2.5, and they're probably going to kill me, but I think Buccaneers are the right bet here. Trey, what do we have?
Well, our loyal viewer, Brett Zaccarello, says not so fast. Seahawks is the play. And I'm going to have to agree with him there because Seattle has been absolutely covering machines. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay can't seem to get out of their way. I know that they turned up last week, but I'm not willing to bet on them yet. The Seahawks are 4-0 ATS in their last 4 games. Seattle is 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games versus NFC opponents. And the Bucs are 0-6-1 ATS in their last 7 games. So I'm staying away from them. I'm going to go Seattle plus 2.5, easy money there.
Yeah, and I'm fine with Lone Wolf in this game. It makes sense because it's Tampa, but I'll take the Lone Wolf for this game. Let's move on. Vikings versus Buffalo. Injury reports big on this one. Josh Allen has not practiced all week, so it's pretty simple. I'm going to take the Vikings plus 3.5 if Allen isn't playing. I think Keenum is a fine backup for the Bills. It is Case Keenum, correct?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. But I can't believe I'm going to say this. Kirk Cousins is kind of a dog, right?
Yeah.
And what's crazier, I think his teammates like him. He was decked out in chains, dancing on that plane, the viral video. The Vikings believe this year, and they believe in Kirk Cousins. So I'm going to take the Vikings plus the 3.5 if Josh Allen's not playing. If Josh Allen's playing, obviously the bet's chalk. So anything can go. I think if Allen plays, it'll more like be Buffalo minus the 2.5 or 3.5. But for now, I'll take the Vikings plus 3.5. Trey, what do we have?
You would think that Vegas thinks he's playing, right?
Right. Yeah.
Which is weird because everything that I've heard from NFL reporters on like ESPN has been saying that they don't think he's going to play. They think that the Bills are going to be conservative with him. I don't know, but I do know that I'm going to go under the 42.5. The under is 6-0 in the Bills' last 6 games, and the under is 4-0 ATS in their last 4 games versus a team with a winning record. So the Bills' offense is elite. We all know that, but their defense might even be better. Their defense shows up every game, especially against opponents with a winning record. So I'm going to go with the under 42.5 there.
Yeah, I don't dislike the underplay here, especially if Case Keenum goes. But Teats, what do we have?
See, I'm going a different direction. I think that if Case Keenum plays, I don't think it matters. I'm going to hit the over on this one, 42.5. It's going to be weird. Are we going to see the Case Keenum that we saw like at Denver? Or are we going to see him when he was coming up in Minnesota? We'll see what we get. But I think Case Keenum is a pretty solid backup that he's going to be that type of dude that's going to step in, have 1 or 2 games of over 300 yards passing for no reason whatsoever. And then and the Bills are going to be able to rest Josh Allen longer so that he can get fully healthy.
Okay. I don't hate it. Keenum's the guy, apparently. All right, we're moving on. My Dallas Cowboys, -5 versus the Green Bay Packers. Over-under is set at 43. What? This is why we do the show live, people. My dog is literally staring at me taking a dump on the ground right now. So
no freaking way, dude.
So, Trey, I'm going to let you kick this off, and I'm going to go clean this up.
Teats, if this doesn't happen whenever we bring up the Cowboys, I don't know. I don't know. But all right, I'll take over. And we got a viewer saying them boys -13.5. He's going alternate spread.
That's wild.
He says they're winning by 2 touchdowns against the Green Bay Packers. And honestly, at this point, I I wouldn't think that would be a bad bet. Aaron Rodgers has looked absolutely terrible. But for that reason, I'm going to go with the under 43.5. The Packers are struggling to move the ball. Dak is somewhat injured right now, so I think that they could struggle to score points, and Zeke's back, so we know that their running game is not going to be as electric. The under is 5-1 in the last 6 games in Green Bay between these two teams. The under is 6-2-1 in the Cowboys' last 9 games, and the under is 7-3 in the Packers' last 10 games. Oh, real quick, we got Britt Zaccarella saying Deaf Boys, -7. We got Jesse's back. Jesse's
sorry.
back.
Wait, what?
Trey, what was your pick? Sorry.
Under 43.5.
Under 43.5. Well, I don't usually do this, but viewer discretion advised. I'm going to show you what my dog just pooped out. Can you guys see this? Can we see this in the back? Everybody got it?
That looks like a big old pile.
The Green Bay Packers are the worst team in the NFL. Packers, 5 straight losses, 4 of which to teams that didn't make the playoffs last season. I've given Aaron Rodgers so much time, it's disgusting. I've given him time. He's got my respect, but the respect's gone. The Packers are horrible now. Dallas is going to go into Lambeau and stomp Green Bay. I don't think Aaron Jones will play in this game. So here it is. 2 days ago, I gave them action lock of the year. That hit 40-6. Today, November 11th, I am predicting November 13th, Dallas Cowboys 31-9 in a rout. The Dallas Cowboys off a bye. Micah Parsons is healthy. He's gonna get to Aaron Rodgers 4 times. He's gonna get to Aaron Rodgers 4 times in this game. And Matt LaFleur is gonna have a decision. He's gonna say, do I want to have Aaron Rodgers taken off in an ambulance, or do I want to put in Jordan Love? Because this game is gonna get ugly, and it's gonna get ugly fast. Dallas Cowboys -5, lock of the year, lock of the NFL. Book it.
Jesse, your score prediction is probably so right that FanDuel doesn't even have it. They have everything besides 31-9. They have 31-6, 31-7, 31-10. They know. I love that. And honestly, I love that play. The Packers have looked absolutely terrible. I love that your dog is somehow shitting out paper.
It was Green Bay. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Take out the trash.
We got the comments going wild. They all agree, though. All the comments are agreeing. Dallas Cowboys big here.
True Blue Nation in the chat. Teats, I cut you off. Teats, what's your pick for this game? And it better not be against Dallas.
I don't even know what to think right now. I'm just, oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm going the boys -4.5. Mm-hmm. I'm also looking, both defense are pretty stout. I mean, Jair Alexander's pretty solid for Green Bay. I'm looking at Michael Gallup over 3.5 receptions as well. I'm going to stay away from CD. I'm staying away from Alan Lazard. He's going to be completely shut down. I'm looking at Michael Gallup, 4 catches plus, 45 yards, touchdown. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
I don't hate it. So Cowboys -5, Cowboys -5, and the under. 31-9 was my predicted score, so they all hit. All right, moving on to Sunday Night Football. Chargers versus 49ers. The 49ers are -7 at home. Over-under is 45.5. Teats, I'll start with you on this game. Sunday Night Football, what do you have?
Dude, this is one of those games. Like, the 49ers are back. Like, the 49ers are locked in. They're looking at making a playoff push. They're going to be the team in the NFC that I'm going to be worried about seeing going all the way to the Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo's looking not too bad, honestly. That defense is doing better. And they got CMC who can literally run, throw, and catch touchdowns all night long. I'm going 49ers -7. I'm taking the over. And give me CMC over whatever his receiving yards are too. I'm locked in.
Locked in on CMC. I love the picks, Teats. And I'm going to continue on the trend of 49ers -7. I won't willingly take the Chargers until they win a meaningful game. The last 3 wins for the Chargers, Atlanta, Denver, and Houston. And Atlanta literally recovered a fumble and dropped the ball, gave them the win. Nobody touched the Atlanta guy on that return, and he literally just dropped the ball for the Chargers win. So I'm going to go 49ers -7 on Sunday Night Football. I think they're the way more dominant team. But let's see what Trey has on trends. Trey?
I'm going to buy a half point. I'm going to take the 49ers minus 6.5.
Okay.
I don't ever like a push situation, and it's only minus 128. So I'm going to buy the half point. Chargers are going to be without Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has not practiced all week, so I assume he's going to be out. And that means two things. Austin Eckler, anytime touchdown score, and 49ers big. 49ers are 6-1 ATS in their last 7 home games. The 49ers are 6-1 ATS in their last 7 versus a team with a winning record. And the Chargers are 2-10 ATS in their last 12 games in November. Chargers never finish strong. We all know that. I'm going to go 49ers minus 6.5 here.
All right, everybody on the 49ers. That means the Chargers win outright. Here we go.